You know what? I'm saying I'm going to do this.
I know, but I have incredibly high standards for starting this show. Hey Greg, remember what Bear Grylls said? It's not an alarm clock, it's an opportunity clock. Yeah, well, I didn't have either this morning though.
That was a funny thing on the radio then. It's not an alarm clock, it's an opportunity clock. Luckily, I don't really set alarms. I'm one of them weird people who sleeps with the windows open, and when the sun comes up, that's when you get up. I normally get up about 5, so I got up about 5 today, and I've just been editing the videos. So you'll see this week, one thing I'm looking to do is I'm just looking to do each day, because I don't know what's happened, but since I got back off holiday, I've ended up with like 4 or 5 hours of footage after a week, and I'm like, and then Rachel's moaning at me because I'm spending so long on like Friday, Saturday, Sunday editing. So I'm just going to try and edit it each night now and do a day. So the first 2 have been long enough, obviously, to do and make an episode of. I was trying to make them shorter. For those people messaging me saying, you know, your videos are too long, I know, it's just, I am trying to make them shorter. So hopefully today will be a short one. Although it's 7 o'clock now and I'm on the way to a call out. Once just come through, it says the socket is buzzing in the kitchen, which is not a good thing when sockets buzz. So that sounds like a loose connection, and it sounds like there's a fire about to happen. So I'm not on the other end of these calls, which when the call outs come through I will be, so I'd be able to say, look, that sounds dangerous, can you go to your board and can you flick this switch, do this until I get there. But I've just got to try and get there as quick as I can now. Another video today will be, you'll meet Walid. So Walid is from, well, he lives in Norway, however he's from, I get this mixed up, I think he's from Iran. But yeah, he got talked into buying a property in Liverpool that was like an absolute wreck, like something that I'd buy and be like, think to myself, oh my god, this is a big job. He went straight in, first house, and he got really had off by builders. He got loads of illegal workers in, and they were just doing stuff that obviously nothing to building regs. So he's in an unfortunate situation at the minute where you know, he's umming and ahhing whether to sell it or do whatever. But we'll go there later, and I'll check he's okay being on YouTube, but I'm sure he will be. He's a nice fella. So on the way to this call out, then we'll go to Walid's flats, and that will probably be today's content. However, as I've learned running a business, especially a building one, you can plan your days, you can plan your week. I can't even plan my days at the minute because, like I say, I wake up and I get a call out, so it's like I could be on this call out for 10 hours. Doubt it, but you never know. So in this industry you can never truly plan things like that because it just chops and changes so much with like lashing down today. So that would have changed things if we weren't at the end of the 2 jobs. So I'll pop in later and check how the lads are getting on, make sure they've got everything. But we've sorted all the cash flow problems, like everything. It all pans out well eventually. So we're full steam ahead now. We've got 2 weeks to finish these shooting jobs. Right, let's go because I'm mumbling. So on this call out, this socket was buzzing, and then did you say it was hot to touch?
It was hot to touch, yeah.
It was hot to touch. So I was ringing the call out company and tell them to turn it off the board, because literally what that indicates is like it's about to start a fire.
Is it, yeah?
Yeah, so what I imagine here is you've got a loose connection either in the socket itself,
yeah,
or one of the wires has come loose behind,
yeah,
or it hasn't had any work done to it, has it? It hasn't been on and off.
Not since I've been in here.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been on and off recently. But I'll take it off and have a look. But yeah, I was trying to ring the call company to tell them to turn it off at the board.
Well, I did. Soon as I got
lucky you did, yeah. So you turned it off the board. Let's just double check. yeah, that's off, so I can take this off and then we'll have a look behind. So I just unscrewed it.
Yeah.
And it's dripping. You know?
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell, what's that from?
That's what I was going to say. When I took the screws off, I was like, that is weird. So, I was going to say, do you have your kettle here and it's steaming up or something? But
We have the kettle.
is that what the kettle is here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here.
So I'm
Do you know what we
wondering.
did have a couple of years ago? We had a flood in the bathroom.
Yeah. Let me take it off properly.
Since then, the bathroom's all been refurbed, like, you know. But
I mean, it doesn't. It stopped. So it seems like more like a condensation thing than a leak. But we'll take it off and have a proper look. It seems to be like a condensation one though, because it's wet behind there. You just got to figure out how it's getting wet, which it must be. It must be a drip or. Yeah, I think you've got a drip there, look.
yeah.
Yeah, you can see two lines where it's dripping down behind the tiles.
So how can we come? The bathroom's completely sealed now. It's all new.
Oh yeah, look.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
See that now where
Yeah.
your things here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go and have a look at your upstairs if you want, at your bathroom. So you see where the papers come off?
I have. Yeah. I never even noticed that would be on the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go up and
Let's go and have a look in the bathroom, yeah, look, and then oh. There you go. It looks like it's coming from the boiler. That side there, look. So you can see in here, obviously we've traced that wet bit, however it comes up and it's wet all the way up there, like dripping wet. And it's weird because I'm getting, I don't know if you can see that, but like I'm getting drips here. And like damp up there, and then what's weird is like this wall's all wet to touch. So obviously there's nothing other than maybe condensation from the flue, which it's unlikely because it's cemented there. But then I'm just going to go and check the gutter outside to see whether it's come off. But if it's come off right there, that could be obviously trickling down the wall because it's a double skin. I mean, it could just be a coincidence that it's right where the boiler is, but we'll check that first. So we just come outside. I don't know if you can see that, but the gutter's dripping onto the flue, which is then trickling all the way down that wall right underneath the thing, coming through where I was getting a drip on the emergency, what do you call it now, and obviously coming down. So luckily that's probably a quick fix, better than sorting your electrics and whatever. So it looks like, I know what it is, you've got a new gutter and next doors have got the old ones, and it's the join between, because we've had this issue before where, and what they've done is thingy. I will, if I've got my ladders in my van now, I'll get up and see what I can do. However, it's tricky to do when it's raining.
Yeah, I could imagine.
I've got some OB1 which apparently works in the wet, so we'll give that a go. So we're up here now, and obviously you can see basically they put a bit of silicone here to join the old what do they call it, aluminium, different shape. So I don't know if you can see the shape of that. And then obviously it's a half round, so what you do is you gunk in between. However, these never join. Someone can make a lot of money if they come up with an adapter for this. But while I'm up here, we're just gonna, pull all these off because that'll be the next issue. And I'm gonna OB1. Some of you have seen OB1 on previous videos, which apparently works underwater, which is good. So hopefully this will solve the issue. And then also cleaning this gutter will help, obviously, it not reach that bit. But I'm wondering whether he's better putting a cap on here and just having an independent gutter to the neighbour, basically. But yeah, let's get this on so that it stops dripping and he can get his electric back on. So all done. I've blitzed that with OB1 and we've cleared the gutter as much as we can. So hopefully that'll be problem solved now. So on your board, you've got really old cables. So even that one there looks a bit like it's deteriorating a bit. The insulation. So obviously you've got 15 amp, must be like a, I don't know, either a radial or a lights, 15 amp, that one. And then this is the one that does your kitchen sockets.
Oh yeah.
So obviously you can, that's your RCD. So you have actually got some sort of protection.
Yeah.
Sorry, you haven't got RCD protection. You've just got obviously MCB protection, which protects your wires. So at the moment, you've got no electric shock protection on your board.
Yeah.
So if you were to like touch a wet socket,
yeah,
like that one, this wouldn't turn off.
Oh, I understand.
And you'd die. So I would definitely look at getting a board upgrade. I think they're about 450 quid for a new one with, you know, it'll have all the protection on it.
Yeah.
If you go anywhere near the socket, it'll trip before you get a shock, or I mean, it'll trip in 0.3 seconds. But if we put this one back on now and go and check that socket's not buzzing. The other one was smoking, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look, see if it's still.
No.
All good? So let's test it now. Oh, we got no power though. Oh, if I turn the whole thing off. Maybe you did. Yep, I did. I turned everything off. So when you turn stuff on, don't leave these in the on position, because what you're doing is somewhere will be drawing power, and as you flick that, it'll spark. So turn all these off, put that on, and then you can put these on individually, and you won't get.
I see. Yeah.
So ready for that one now? Just check it's not smoking like it was before. Is it still buzzing? No. That's your fridge. I was worried then. There you go. Power. Power. All good. So you'll see that call out was probably, I mean, that couldn't be a better advertisement for me, could it, for call outs? Literally got there with an electric problem, checked this plumbing, and then fixed his gutter. So he's just given me a £25 tip, which I'm always grateful of, because obviously I know we're charging these high prices for being here within half an hour. However, I've just explained to him then how he's got no electric shock protection on his board, and he needs to obviously look at upgrading it, because that would have started a fire if he'd gone out and that was there buzzing away. He said it was roasting hot, it was smoking, it would have started a fire if he didn't obviously turn it off. So that is the difference between RCD protection and just MCB protection. So even though so how that's worked is, because you'd think that your MCB would trip, however, because it was water, and it was when you think of water, it will start conducting as soon as it's able to, because electricity will always take the easiest path. So at the minute nothing was plugged into his socket, so there was no electricity getting used. As soon as he had a bit of moisture, as soon as there was a nut or a low resistance for the electricity to travel between live and neutral, or obviously earth, it's obviously started using electricity. So that's why the MCB hasn't tripped, because it hasn't recognised that it's used an excessive amount, although you would expect it to trip anyway before it started smoking, but it didn't. So we are on the way to a block of flats that we helped obviously Waleed with, so I am lost here, right outside Everton's ground. Obviously he was a blue nose. Let's see if I can get back onto the main road. Anything north of the Rocket, I just get lost. That kind of. I'm a proper South Liverpool South Liverpool boy, because I say I don't think I've ever been down these roads, maybe once. But yeah, you can see Everton's ground on the left, so we literally lived opposite. Right, off we go. I was on the way to meet Waleed, however I just got another call out, and I was by the tunnels in town heading to Waleed's flats, and they sent me one in CH, and I was like, I hate going through the tunnel over to CH. However, you can see I am currently in the tunnel, and I just thought, you know, it was a good rate, and I think I'll just go and do this one, and then I can obviously go back and see Waleed. But if I finish this one, I'll have made more money doing these 2 call outs than, you know, my daily wage for the whole day. So it's worth doing. And I say I need the money for the yard to keep that running, and it's not even 9 o'clock, and I'll have made my daily wage in 2 jobs. So hopefully this one's a nice easy one. I can go in, fix it, and then obviously customers happy, and I can go back through the tunnel, unless they just start peppering me with jobs in CH, because what they do is they pay a lot of money to have like one postcode, say. So when I do the call outs, there'll be like loads of CH area, then there'll be like loads of L26, and it's either like, obviously the bosses or whatever the company know what they're doing in terms of when to put money into different postcodes, unless they just have a circle, they just keep rotating round and see which ones are good and not. But yeah, fingers crossed this is an easy one, because it's electric. Sockets are tripping in a basement, so that can sometimes they can be the bad ones, especially in a basement if it's like damp and stuff, where you can be there for hours, and that's when people start, you know, the money starts mounting up, and they start thinking, oh. But hopefully it's an easy one. And I've got to pay the toll. I can't remember whether, I think these are different ones, but I thought I had the fast pass thing. Maybe I don't. So I'm going to go in the auto one just in case. I've got the light on. So what's happened is your 2 of your sockets have tripped, haven't they? So on here you've got these 2 have tripped. They're tripping the RCD. So that's telling us that there's a difference between live and neutral. So what energy is going into live isn't coming back in neutral, so it's going somewhere else. So either down the earth, or it could be that it's wet and the water's dissipating it. So what this does is this trips in 0.3 seconds if there's a difference between live and neutral, because the difference could be you. So if you touch obviously a cable, it'll go through you and into the ground, and this will pick it up that there's a difference in live and neutral, and it could be going through a person. So this will trip in 0.3 seconds. So as we try, obviously it'll go on now, so we know this is working fine. Or I can test that later. And we can put this one on. Obviously that one's disconnected. We can put that one on, and as soon as we put one of these 2 on, it's tripping straight away. So what I've noticed straight away is you've got 32 amps. So 32 amps should only be used for a ring main, or if it's a radial, if it's a specific appliance like an oven or something. So the fact that you've got your sockets on a 32 amp and there's only 1 cable in there means that it's on a radial, and that this is the wrong breaker. So this should be maximum of 20 amps if it's on a radial, whereas you've got 32. So, but obviously I can look at that later for you if I've got any 16 amps. Basically, what that means is that that'll only trip when there's enough energy going through it to trip it. However, on a radial, you know, you might damage your cables before that trips by putting a bigger breaker in. So see, like your shower one was 40 amp because that uses more energy. But it's tripping anyway here, so let's go and obviously have a look at the area, because first thing to do is unplug everything that's on those sockets and then see if it comes on. If it comes back on, it's something that's plugged in. If it doesn't, it's a cable or more than likely a wiring behind the socket. So we'll have a look at that now. So we've been round, unplugged everything, and we were still getting obviously the tripping. So what I've done now is I've disconnected the cables and I've tested for the insulation resistance, and I've come back at like literally bang on 0, which means they're touching somewhere. So I was getting 0 between live and neutral and earth, and live and earth. And then what's weird is they were on 2 radials. I've tested the cables between each other as well, and I'm getting the same reading between the 2 cables, which it's a bungalow, so we're going to go up in the loft and check the wiring, because there might be a leak in the loft, which is wet a junction box, which is why I'm getting this reading of 0. The other way could be that they're melted, but I'm thinking less likely that one. However, let's go and have a look. So we're up in the loft, and first thing I've noticed is a load of food. So like either a squirrel or something's come up. So that's the other thing that it could be, that a squirrel has chewed through the cable, yeah. And let's get up and have a look here. So yeah, you've got like food here, which means that and it looks like your insulation's been ruffled around there. Yeah, something's been chewing that. Yeah, you've definitely got like a rodent issue. So that is the other thing that can cause that. So for some reason, like rats and squirrels like to chew the insulation. I don't know whether it's because like once you're using the electric, it's warm and stuff. But where are we here? So I've got to go over that way to the kitchen, isn't it? Thing is, I'm gonna have to move some of this insulation, to get to find the cable.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let me just go and get a mask. Right, one sec. So I've been obviously trying to look round, however, I've just discovered one thing that isn't ideal. It's going to make it more tricky with this being an old house. I'll show you now. As I'm moving the insulation around, we have an old, looks like a fire lining, but that is asbestos. Oh, fuck's sake. So I can't really be crawling around in here, even with a mask. I'd have to get a thingied one and then break the bad news. Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, you're there?
Yeah.
Did you know you've got asbestos up there?
It didn't get mentioned on the survey.
Yeah, literally a big tube of it just here. So I can't crawl around there without like a proper air respirator and like the proper gear on. Because literally it's literally at the top there. I've gone to the board and to the right, so this bit's all clear. so it's mainly that way. But with finding that, and it's all broken up as well, I'll show you on this video. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to do anything now to obviously get it back on, unfortunately. I'll have to, well, I'm not qualified to remove asbestos or anything like that, so I think you'll have to get someone in. And then, probably being honest, now it's definitely that. It's definitely been chewed, because you've got that. I've just found rat trays up there that are empty, you know, with poison. So you need to get someone in to obviously finger the asbestos before anyone can go up there and start, you know, rewiring it. Or I don't think it'll need rewiring, it'll just need jointing where they find that. But I can't now carry on scurrying around when I know there's a big chunk of asbestos that's all broken up as well. So sorry to break the bad news, but yeah, let me see. I'll ring one of my mates who does that. See what they recommend. I'll send them a picture of it as well. Well, my van just weighed a ton. I'm probably going to end up having to get like a 5-ton van just to carry all the crap I've got. I really do need to get a roof rack for this, because I was thinking about the ladders I've got. There's a few jobs that I turn up to and I need the triple ladders, so I'm going to look out for like a second-hand roof rack and ladder like I've got on the yellow van. And it just, you know, just makes the van more usable, doesn't it, to have that option. And then I've got a bit more space inside to walk. So I've just finished. I say finished. I don't like doing that, but obviously I've identified the problem, and it sort of makes sense now that he had 2 circuits go off and the same thing, and you can see there was like fresh signs of either rats or squirrels, and there was even like trays of poison up there. So whoever's been there before must have known about it and obviously not mentioned it to the fella when he's bought the house. But yeah, I don't like leaving jobs not finished. So he's just paid for the first hour. I've obviously diagnosed it for him, and I've said to him, look, if he gets the asbestos removed, I can come back and do it. But I mean, I'm like 99% sure that's asbestos. It could be obviously like a fiberglass cement tube. However, you know, I'm not going to take that risk. And if I found that one and it was all smashed up as well, so it was like I didn't even want to move it in case it's not worth the risk of getting cancer just for obviously a call out. But yeah, hopefully you can get that removed. And I just showed him a tip that I always say to people when they're not sure. He was like, oh, asbestos. He was like, that's going to be thousands to remove, isn't it? And I was like, do you know what, I don't know, however, let me have a look. And here's a tip for everyone: go on whatever you're thinking of doing. If you want to get an extension, if you want to get a new bathroom, if you want to have asbestos removal, type in asbestos removal and then Check a Trade. So Check a Trade have got one of the largest databases in the UK, maybe the largest, for jobs and costs, and they'll give you a low end and a high end, obviously depending on where you are in the country. And for him there, so asbestos removal was between £100 and £200, which he was happy with because he had it in his head that it was going to be thousands. So once he gets that removed and they check there's nothing else in the loft, I'll go back and find the 2 cables that are chewed, or it could be 1 cable that's been put into a junction box with the other circuit. I've seen that before. So it is weird, like I say, I go to loads of these jobs and you can tell stuff's been like either not done by an electrician or it's been edited in previously. But yeah, that should have come up on the electrical installation condition report when they done it, that the breakers were the wrong size, that they weren't ring mains, they were radials, and that Yeah, and then like I say, the other guy before with his fuse board, that was a bad one. But right, finally going to go back and the other side of Liverpool through the tunnel, and hopefully meet up with Waleed. He's probably sat in his flat waiting for me for 2 hours, so I feel bad now. How are you? You good?
Thank you.
Good to see you.
To see you.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's really good. And there are actually what I need to speak with you, because I have to choose a direction now
Okay.
for the whole building.
Yeah, either
So-
sell or...
Yeah, sell or keep it. If you help me, I will keep it.
Yeah,
If you don't help me,
you'll sell it.
sell it, because I have no energy.
Yeah.
So, what I'm going to say, if you think about you or Mike or anyone you trust to help you with small things, there are small things but make headache for me,
Yeah.
because always emails. I cannot work with.
Yeah.
For example, now they have seen somebody come in and out, and they took a lot of notes. The area is not safe. It's not my business.
Who's done that?
Some of the tenants. So they asked me now to put a gate. I said no. This is not
Yeah.
my business. But also I'm thinking you remember the gate
Yeah.
we have.
So put a gate down the side to stop people getting around the back.
Maybe if you. So I need your help, Andy. If you take these small things, maintenance issue, it's not doesn't need
Yeah.
a lot of planning or something like that. It just need what I say to
Experience.
to
Yeah.
to the TVG letting memo that Andy will take any issues, but
Yeah, so you stop
in
getting
relation-
emails.
Yeah, in relation to your time.
Yeah.
So when you get time, just send anyone, and especially Mike, because I know how Mike is working. I don't know what is the relation between you and Mike, but I need also think about flat 7.
Oh yeah, the loft.
Yeah.
So you got planning, didn't you?
I
You got
everything
planning permission for the basement and a loft.
No, the basement yet. No, not to
No, but you've got planning for a basement and a loft.
a loft and dormer.
Yeah, but you've got another flat, and then you had the planning for the basement and the...
Yeah, that's yeah.
A flat in the basement.
But the plan hasn't given yet to me. It's with the planning department
For the basement?
for the basement.
Oh, is it?
Because of the tree. the 3 years now, the plan is sitting with because that tree, and it's away from you see.
Yeah.
So what I need now lovely.
Yeah, a little bird feed.
Because
So we need vents, don't we, in the
if
utilities?
if we can plan to, for example, because the permission will.
Oh yeah, for the
be
loft.
it will be expired 13th June 2025.
Okay.
Then we have to start 1st of June, for example.
Yeah, I get you.
So the dormer first. We
Yeah.
have, if we can do the dormer and the large things, for example,
Yeah.
at one part, and another part we can do it when we have time from inside.
Yeah. So keep the planning permission. What you've got to do to keep the planning permission, it's got to be structurally started. So then I've gone through this on another job now. So you've got 3 years from when you grant the planning to
For the dormer.
start the work.
For the dormer.
Yeah,
But the conversion plan. I sent the plan. I sent
Yeah,
the plan to you. The conversion planning. I have 1 year more.
Yeah.
On that.
Yeah. So what you've got to do is you've got to start work for planning within 3 years of being granted. Then you've got what's builder control.
Yeah.
However, I've told you this before about builder control, so they won't sign off the loft. I'll have to check with them again, but because it's an existing house, if you do the loft, you've then got to fireproof the building. Yeah,
Yeah.
which it currently isn't. Fireproof, soundproof. So if you get building control in to do a new renovation, so a loft dormer, they will say, right, well, the whole building's got to be right. I'll double check with them again, but
The whole building or just the loft?
no, the whole building, yeah.
I
So you'd have to
I
change.
think just the loft.
Well, last time I spoke to them, they said the whole building. Same with the basement. If you do the basement, so when you bought this, it was already flat, so you've just renovated them, so that's fine. You don't need building control to renovate. You need building control if it's a new addition.
Yeah.
So then a new addition, the new addition's got to be up to all the new regs in terms of insulation, fireproofing, what else? Like literally everything's got to be up to date. So if they do that, they might look at it just as a loft, but I know they'll have the access of the fireproofing of the hallway, which you might have to show them bits that are done, if that makes sense. But I'll double check that. So do you want to have a look inside at what you want doing now? So yeah, that's fine. We can talk about obviously starting that works and getting it to keep the planning. So might be able to have a look at that.
What is actually, they said, not working.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's working.
Is anyone in now?
I think flat 2. No, these are not connected.
I know, I was just checking.
Okay.
Is this working?
So, and okay.
So
Why they?
yeah, maybe it's... Hello, I was just checking that the intercom worked. Sure. No worries, mate. Bye. So that is working.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, good.
So we don't.
Hi, mate. Okay.
Hi.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Marcus.
Walid.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
yeah,
too.
Yeah, nice to meet
So
you.
we're checking. I don't know. I got some complaint about the
Intercom.
Intercom.
Yeah,
Is it?
So it's working.
Is it on and off?
yeah,
It's
it
working
was
now.
It was turned off inside the building.
Ah, so someone just turned it on.
Yeah, so that was off, and also the security lights were off. But they had someone come around and check that last week, I think. Yeah.
Electrician.
Yeah, I think so.
It's all working now.
Yeah, because
Yeah, and the back
he
as
saw.
well.
It was just a switch.
Yeah, it was.
The
It
switch
was
was-
the fuse. The fuse was turned off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, in here or
I
inside?
don't actually know. Like maybe check with the, because we just had a message from
Intercom.
the agent, the lady agent,
Yeah.
to say that it had been turned back on. So I don't know if it was in here. I don't know where it is actually located.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
we'll have a
so
look.
there is no problem with that.
Not now. No, that's been fixed. Yeah, that's been fixed. Yeah, but it was about a weekend or so. It was over a
Do you have
weekend.
any issue inside?
In terms of electrics.
No, anything.
Anything.
Yeah, there's a few things. So the door, I don't know if you can see this, putting the light on. See how this is like really loose? So there's no wall plugs on, because I've had to, every time the door shuts, these come loose.
Mhm.
And I've seen there's actually no wall plugs holding these in.
Okay.
So I think that's why it's becoming loose every time.
Yeah, you don't put wall plugs in the wood, but what you can do is you can glue like a matchstick in, say, and then put the screw back in, and that'll grab it.
That's not something I should be doing though.
No, that's fine,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
that needs to be fixed because it comes out every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. In here, it's not a real issue, but it can become an issue. But this is actually not being put in straight. So it like sits above. So every time you close the drawer, you've actually got to lift it like that.
Yeah, I get
It's
you.
in
Needs
time,
adjusting.
it's going to become a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not been aligned.
Yeah, I get you. Whoa. You can. Yeah, again, that'll be
Should be quite a simple fix. That's
an easy fix there, yeah. Let's see if I might try and do some of them now.
Anything else?
Yeah, just the third thing was just the toilet, the flushing toilet.
Because I saw your
The video. It's
Yeah,
really
because
random.
this
It
is
only happens every
you
so
are
often.
not used to use such toilet. In my house as well, if you push it, the same thing. In my house.
Oh,
In
okay.
Norway.
Well, you got to double push it.
The water keeps flowing through. You've got to push it twice.
Just push it the way you push it. it's very slowly, so it hang. It hang. That's that in
Okay.
my house as well. When I push it very gently,
Just
so it's hang. So that's why.
Okay.
I'm waiting for a toilet flushing plate. Now I have bought 6 flushing plates for
Okay.
all flats now.
Right.
So I'm waiting for delivery now.
Okay.
But
okay.
there's no issue.
Yeah, that's cool.
Can we see it?
Yeah, that's
Please?
fine. Yeah, that's fine. Because it only happens like every so often. It's not every time.
What is it? You push it and it trickles out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it keeps trickling, and so you got to like.
So I saw your video. If you do it like
It'll
this,
probably just flush properly now.
So it's
yeah,
okay.
it's not
Yeah,
gonna
always
do
the
it.
way.
Of course, it's not gonna.
if you do it like this and sort of like this, it's okay.
So be more aggressive, he's
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
So
basically.
you pushed it very gently.
Yeah.
So I saw some problems with Khalid there.
Uh-huh.
I have with this with the glasses, and I will contact Victorian
okay.
Plumbing.
Yeah.
So it seems good here. I think
Yeah. No, everything else is fine.
this one is the most beautiful one in the.
It's stunning. It's.
Yeah.
I saw the other ones when I was.
You know,
looking.
I choose everything by myself.
Yeah,
and
I can tell.
Andy helped me
You've
to
done a really
finish.
nice job, I have to say.
So
Yeah.
he is everything good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'll try and do them now for you if you want.
Brilliant. Yeah.
When we've finished having a little
I have
thing.
to shut the door so like gently, otherwise it just like.
Yeah, no
falls
worries.
right out. So-
One thing I can do is I can put thicker screws in,
Yeah, that
or
could be something.
I can just, like I say, I can glue a matchstick in and then put the same screw back in, and that way
Whatever's
it
the
grabs
best
it.
thing.
No worries.
Amazing.
What were some of the other ones then? So obviously the main one was the.
This one was painted with. There's no problem with the
Oh, is this one of the?
utility rooms.
Yeah.
Flat one. Flat two. How do we? Let's see, flat 3, flat 1, flat 2. So this is the. They painted.
Oh, you've got the keys for that?
Yeah, I have keys.
Yeah.
I have keys.
Yeah.
They painted this.
They did paint it.
Yeah.
And so I've just been leaving the window open.
Yeah, very good.
because
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, because the boiler's in here, obviously, and that was what was causing all the mold.
Condensation, yeah.
And I have to be, I sort of keep an eye on it. So if it does pop up, I've got some spray. I've just been spraying on it to keep the mold down. But most of the time, I just leave the window open.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been like the best resolve.
Yeah, that's all it is airflow.
Yeah.
So, Andy.
Because what you've got the issue is that you haven't really got space to put a fan.
It's a really small room.
Yeah, so obviously you'd put one here, say, but the
Yeah.
lintel for the window
Exactly.
will be there,
Yeah, there's no space.
so you won't get. So if you're happy to leave the window open as it's thingy, it should stop the damp
Yeah, yeah.
because you're getting the airflow in.
I was talking about security, but there's nothing that can really steal in here.
Yeah, this
And the
door's locked.
It's locked.
Yeah, because if anyone climbs through that window and steals a washing machine or a boiler,
I mean,
they've
fair play.
yeah, fair play, yeah.
I don't know how they get out the window. Like, it'd just be like,
But yeah,
yeah. I don't, like, I keep not that much in here anyway, so
Mhm.
it's like,
Could be a solution. For example, each year we paint these rooms with anti-mold without installing. Could be a solution.
is there a thing also
Or-
where you can get, not a, sort of like a vent or something that goes in between the gap of the window and it just locks in? It's like,
I know you're like imagining that's an
Imagine
idea,
something,
but yeah,
if
I
it
don't
exists
think
or not.
I've not seen it.
I'm glad you can
I
understand.
mean,
what
we
was-
could try and fit like a small event. Yeah, do you know what we could do? A smaller hole, so rather than 100mm vent, why not? Let's do a smaller one,
Oh, yeah.
and we can just put like a normal face on it,
Yeah.
so it allows the airflow, so we can close the window.
Yeah.
But it's just a free flowing one,
Yeah.
because you're not worried about this room being cold or.
No.
So maybe that's an idea, because then we will bridge the lintel and stuff like that. Then we'll be able to get like a 32mm or a 50mm.
Yeah.
hole, and we'll put like some tubing through, and then just put smaller vents on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
That works.
that's the easy fix. Gonna lock this.
Yep. Right. So we'll see if not 4, I was in 3. Not 4 has some issue here. Yes, I think.
Oh yeah, this one's worse, isn't it?
Yeah. If we bet,
So that looks like it's wet.
yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't
this.
look like, that's not, it doesn't look like condensation damp. That looks like wet off the gutter.
Of the gutter.
Yeah, is that the corner of the building? Yeah, it is. So we'd have to have a look at that from the outside, because that doesn't look like, that's physically wet, not condensation.
I look on the gutter. There
Yeah.
is nothing. It's away from the wall, so there's no.
The other thing we can do is obviously, there's different ways of doing it. I mean, that looks more, although it is dry now, isn't it? But it's just been raining today. Let's put my head out. So it's right where the downpipe is.
I think it's damp.
But there doesn't seem to be any downpipe issue.
No, there's no issue with the. I don't think.
Yeah, it's been raining today and that's dry, so maybe you're right. But have they just opened the windows now on these, have they?
Yeah, if we paint this, Andy, and see.
I don't think painting it's going to stop it, because it'll just come back looking at that. I mean, the other thing you can do is use like ideally need to try and solve the issue, because if it is water coming through or condensation mould, but if they've left that window open and it's still doing it, then it wouldn't be that. Let's have a look.
This is an old one. Here we have no problem actually.
Yeah.
So maybe.
So that's what I mean. So that it's not condensation mould. That is the corner of the building where the downpipe is. But yeah, just leave that open. Yeah.
Like this.
All these issues are just not leaving the window open, isn't it? Because if we want to try and fit fans, we obviously got to get power to the fans. So we'll have to just run shrunken and.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
we don't have.
But yeah, they still look good, don't they? Considering they're all lived in now.
And 5 and 6.
Are they so they all have damp, or just some of them?
Just this one and that one. And
Okay, if this one's the same on that side
not the same. Not the same.
position.
It's a little bit. So not that much.
Let's have a look.
This one.
Yeah, so it looks like it's the gutter, doesn't it, the downpipe? Because it's both on that side, so yeah, it almost needed to be raining to have a look, wouldn't we?
But the wall is very thick, Andy.
Yeah.
Could it be?
No, it still comes through though, yeah. Because these bricks like suck moisture. So, because it's a solid brick wall, there's no cavity. Any moisture on the outside brick gets sucked right through, and plaster as well, absorbs the moisture. So, that looks more like a leak or like a water getting like damp from the outside than condensation. But it looks like it starts around here. So it might be overflowing and dripping to here and then getting absorbed there. So we'll have to have a look at that once it's like rained.
Flat 5. Correct.
So one thing we can probably do is take power off the boilers and run to a humidistat fan. So that's what I think we'll probably do on these ones, yeah.
Okay. flat 5. This one. So I want to leave these things to you, Andy.
Yeah.
It's not we don't need. Oh, we don't need to do it now or tomorrow.
Yeah.
But,
This one's okay, isn't it?
This one's okay.
Yeah.
There's no problem.
So that's what makes me think that is definitely.
And she opened the window.
Yeah. Good.
So this is the. Yeah.
Okay.
So this one is good.
Is that it then?
Just these small things that they
Yeah.
complain all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
So the,
Okay. But again, what did you say? So you take this out.
Oh yeah. So when you buy a new, so we're doing this job now, and you had a fridge there, didn't you? And it's a small flat, and she wants a washing machine. She's getting charged like £3 every time she uses a washing machine and dryer. So what we've done is we took the fridge out of the kitchen bit, and then we're going to fit a washing machine, and she's going to get a standalone fridge, or use that one until it breaks and then get a standalone one. So what we're trying to do is obviously retrofit a new washing machine to that space. And when you do get a washing machine, because I've made this mistake, believe it or not, that they come with obviously these fixings in the back. So when your washing machine, when it's I'll show you, like when you try and finger that drum now, that's holding, these are holding it, stopping it from getting damaged. Yeah, so you take these out so that when you go to use it, it'll work. It'll say on the instructions if you start looking at them.
And if you kept it inside.
It just wouldn't work.
Oh, really?
It'd just make a load of noise and wouldn't spin. So you'll feel the difference now, or you'll see the difference in once I take this out.
So then why do they put it there, manufacturer?
To stop the drum getting damaged, in transport.
Okay.
So if you imagine this now, look. That's what your drum does when it spins. It's got to be able to move. So with them in, imagine this on the back of a lorry,
Yeah.
like from when it was built to now.
Yeah.
It'd just obviously get wear and tear by whacking, and they'd all wobble and stuff. So they leave them in
Okay.
to stop it from doing that. But let's see if we can get this plumbed underneath up into the mains water there, and then I've got to buy an adapter to fit it onto as well. Let's turn that music off, unfortunately. So I'm on the way to Screwfix. I mean, that job come through, and I thought, oh, nice easy one, just literally connect the washing machine. I thought, I get there and I didn't realise it was like designing the girl's kitchen. She's like, if I put the fridge here, can I do that there? And I'm like thinking, oh, you're paying hourly, love. Like, she must have thought I was rude, because I was just so like, right, yep, make a decision, because I need to start working. I was like, started like drilling holes and stuff ready for it. She's like, whoa, we'll wait until I've made the decision. And I'm like, oh, I'm trying to help you out, love. You're paying hourly. And yeah, for once I didn't have the parts on my van for, it's like an adapter for the a T branch for the washing machine, which I don't really carry any of them, because I've not really, this is the first time I've had to do one like that. Normally it's obviously its own feed and you just put a new one on. But yeah, off to Screwfix to pick up these bits, and then an extension. God, like some of the ideas she was having, and she might end up watching this, but she's definitely one of the weirdest women I've ever met. She's like, didn't want me to start the job, and I'm thinking, she's just showing me around the flat, asking me loads of questions, and then everything I was doing, she was like over my shoulder here, going like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And I was like, if you want to know, I said, just watch the YouTube, because I'll explain it all as I'm going through it. So I hope she's not weird at paying. But yeah, let's go and get these parts, and shoot back because I am starving. It must be like nearly 12 o'clock now. I'm tired. I got up early editing today, so right, next one will be either me finishing the job or me saying how weird this woman is. And I forgot to get a video of the work all done, but this happens sometimes. So I've just spent 2.5 hours, and like the woman was like, oh, can you move this here, can you take that fridge out, can you fit the washing machine there, can you plumb that, can you cork this, can you cut that bit back? And I was thinking, she doesn't want me to leave here. And I kept saying to her, you know, obviously like this is costing a lot, so just be mindful of like how long you want me to be here and keep doing stuff. And she's like, yeah. And at the end she thought it was the price per hour was the price per job, so obviously it was 2.5 times what she thought it was going to be. And then she was like, oh my god, which, you know, I get, like whether the call out company haven't explained it to her properly on the phone, or I don't know, but obviously I'm the one who gets it in the neck, really. I mean, she was made up because she's got obviously well, she's got washing machine facilities at the thing, but she has to carry her washing down to this room, and said like they're all dead dirty and they don't clean the clothes properly. So she's made up having her own one now, but obviously she's paid an emergency price for it, which I don't think she really understood when she was made the phone call. So that's one thing. Obviously when I'm doing it on Google on my own, it will be clear that obviously, I mean, I've already had someone ring up asking me to do something, and I said, you know, that's not an emergency job, and they were like, oh, I thought you were like a plumber. And I was like, nah, we only do emergency jobs, because I don't want people getting me out and then moaning that they've paid more than they should, or they think they paid more than they should. Right, back to Waleed's flats, and then I'm going to go to student jobs and check on the lads, see how they're getting on. You going to say hello to YouTube?
Yeah, hi. Hello.
So today we've been to your flats, haven't we?
That's correct.
Right, so for people who don't know, when did you buy them? What year?
2019.
2019, and it was like a shell,
That's
and the side
correct.
wall needed rebuilding.
That's correct.
And you got 2 bad builders, was it?
Yeah.
So you had
It was-
a
it was
bad
very
experience,
bad experience.
with one, and then you got another one in,
Yeah,
and that was another bad experience.
that's correct.
And then you were looking to just sell them and
Sell them, yeah, because it's I'm based in Norway, and when you came and you helped me and raised me up, actually.
so
In
Michael, one of my friends, he put in our group about Waleed's situation. He said, oh, you know, it's Sly, he's bought this house and it was a good buy and needed doing up, and he's just got bad people in who obviously tried to rip him off. And I said to Michael, oh, give him my number so that next time, you know, he can invest in one of our houses and won't get ripped off, he'll get a good return. And then you ended up calling me about this one, didn't you?
Yeah.
And was like, come and
correct.
fix this one. But there was loads of issues, wasn't there? No water.
Actually, no water.
You had
no,
what, a 15 mil pipe
That's correct.
feeding 6 flats.
Actually, you saved me, Andy. I should say that because the people that I have got in the property actually was non-qualified at all, and they did a lot of mess in the property. So this was a very good experience with you, and that's why, as I'm based in Norway, I'm keen to have Andy as a friend and as a business partner. So this is the aim that I came to Andy now after we have finished the property, and the property now is rented out. But still I want only Andy to maintain the property with small issues that emerge from time to time.
Yeah, we went today, didn't we? And there was just like I fixed 2 of them when I was there, didn't
Yeah,
I?
that's correct. That's correct.
Fixed 2. It was like a
Yeah,
loose handle and a wonky
that's correct.
kitchen
And
drawer.
actually, business is relationship. The good business is to invest in people, not invest in money. If you invest in people, this is the best business you can gauge. If despite you may not get a profit from this job or that job by now, but in a long term.
So I was just explaining this to you, wasn't I? That you were looking, obviously you've come here thinking you could potentially sell because you're getting too much stress.
Yeah, that's correct, because people.
I did warn you though, didn't I? I did say,
Yeah.
oh, if you rent them out long term, you'll still have the same stress.
That's correct, but you know the economical situation is was not so good, and as I'm a committed man, I have to pay the bills. If I don't have money to pay bills, I cannot.
When we were close, obviously we got in and sort of tried to finish off the job that the other builders had left, and when it was done, basically what's happened is Waleed has gone in and picked kitchens and bathrooms as if he was living there, and he's massively overspent on the kitchens and bathrooms. He's done them too nice for the tenants, but that's just obviously the way he is. And I said to him, look, you know, the fact you've gone so like nice with the kitchens and bathrooms, it lends itself more to Airbnb than long-term rental, so short-term rental rather than long-term rental. And the area it's in, it's right near town, isn't it? So I said, you know, put it on Airbnb, but you'd obviously bought the house, spent all this money out for years doing it up, and you were just like, look, I'm not in a situation to put any more money into it to Airbnb it, so I just want to rent them out and obviously get the money coming in. But it's not as easy as people think being a landlord, is it?
The reality is not like this. Actually, there are a lot of costs regarding long-term tenancy, because you have to have a selective license, you have to have maintenance fee, you have to have contractors that don't know the building, and from small things they make huge things and cost money. That's why I'm keen to have you again and to maintain these small things, and I know you will spare for me a lot.
So we've looked at obviously we mentioned earlier he's got planning permission to do a dormer loft conversion and add another flat, and that lapses next year. So obviously he's come thinking, right, let's get a year's rent, save up, and say maybe we can do the dormer loft conversion, keep the planning, and then at that point maybe, well, when we finished the house I said, look, if you've got 6 flats all together you can Airbnb them. What it's difficult to do now is try and Airbnb 1 flat or 2 when you've got long-term tenants in. It's not really fair to, even though, because they are so close to town and they would lend themselves more to, well, you don't know the type of people you're going to get in. But I was saying it's perfect as 6 flats for Airbnb, because then, you know, no one's complaining about Airbnb because they're all in the same boat.
Correct.
But now it's a bit more difficult to do. You can still do it, but so potentially maybe next year do the dormer and then maybe start Airbnb in the flats. And I think if you hold on to it and get through this year, do the dormer, change it to 7 flats, and then potentially look at doing the basements as well, 8 flats.
Correct.
And then put them on Airbnb and have them running as a business. That would be, you know, I think it'd be rewards for the, what is it, 5 years? 5 years of, of obviously stress and torment you've gone through. So I'm saying don't sell it, because he's done all the hard work, and then all the costs and fees are involved in buying and selling.
And I said depends on you. If you help
Depends
me,
on, you put me on the spot here.
if you help me, I will continue, Andy.
But now, yeah, so we're obviously going to take the maintenance on, as I've been doing all the call outs anyway, so hopefully we can have the student jobs running, and then obviously we can do these jobs either after work or
Yeah, in between.
in between, yeah.
Thank you very much.
But yeah, so that's something we'll definitely
So next year we will start the loft flat.
the loft flat, yeah.
Hopefully. We
I
plan-
bet you the lads can't wait for that, because there's about 20 flights of stairs to carry timbers up and stuff too. we'll have to get a hoist. Right, which way are we going? Sefton Park's here.
Yeah, September.
And you didn't know that I've got a house empty that you could have stayed in. All the communicating you've done,
Communication.
and you didn't ask me that. To be fair, I should have been busy, I should have mentioned it. So this is Sefton Park now.
Yeah, I think toward Lark Lane.
Oh yeah.
This way.
Yeah. Well, I might go Lark Lane and get a beer. Another long day.